Welcome to the unknown world.
Mongol leader, the Great Genghis Khan, rose from humble beginnings to establish the largest land empire in history. After uniting the nomadic tribes of the Mongolian plateau, he conquered huge chunks of Central Asia and China. His descendants expanded the empire even further, advancing to such far-off places such as Poland, Vietnam, Syria and Korea. At their peak, the Mongols controlled between 11 and 12 billion contiguous square miles, an area about the size of Africa. Many people were slaughtered in the course of Genghis Khan's invasions. Genghis Khan conquered more than twice as much land as any other person in history. One of history's most brilliant and ruthless leaders, Khan remade the world. But while the life of the conqueror is the stuff of legend, his death is shrouded in the mist of myths. In August 1227, during the fall of Yinchuan, the capital of Western Xia, Genghis Khan died. The exact cause of his death remains a mystery and is variously attributed to being killed in action against the Western Xia illness, falling from his horse, or wounds sustained in hunting or battle. According to the secret history of Mongols, Genghis Khan fell from his horse while hunting and died because of the injury. He was already old and tired from his journeys. The Galician Volhynian chronicle alleges he was killed by the Western Xia in battle, while Marco Polo wrote that he died after the infection of an arrow wound he received during his final campaign. When Genghis Khan died, he didn't want to be found. Legend has it that a small group of his most loyal subjects took the great Khan's body to a sacred mountain called Altai. But Genghis really didn't want his grave to be desecrated, so he left very specific orders to be followed. As the Khan's funeral procession made its long journey to his secret burial site, escorting soldiers would surge forward and kill any onlookers. Even when the funerary rites were complete and the conquering general buried, the killing continued. The slaves, laborers and mourners who witnessed the event were murdered. Even the soldiers, responsible for keeping the entourage secret, were massacred to ensure the eternal secrecy of Genghis Khan's final resting place. Folklore says that even a river was diverted over his grave to make it impossible to find. Other tales state that his grave was stampeded over by 10,000 horses, and that trees were then planted over that site. And the permafrost also played its part in the hiding of the burial site. Nothing was left to guide looters to his grave. Then there were the guardians. Legend has it some 50 families were appointed to live in the mountains and plains around his tomb as eternal wardens, or darkhas. Nobody was allowed to enter the valley and live. It's a prohibition that has been successfully enforced for more than 800 years. For centuries, few had a clue as to where Genghis Khan lay. During the 2004 excavation of Genghis Khan's palace, Professor Shinpei Kato of Kokugakuin University said, "If we find what items are buried with him, we could write a new page for world history." The simple reason: his wealth was amassed at one time from many of Europe and Asia's different cultures. Genghis Khan buried the spoils from his years of plundering and pillaging across large areas of Asia and Europe. For the latest expedition and discoveries on the Genghis Khan's burial place, please watch our second part, which will be released in the next week. Thank you.
For more such videos, please subscribe to our channel.
The unknown world.